It's the Weather Xtreme video. This is for Thursday afternoon. I'm James Spann. The weather's still looking pretty quiet around here for a while. Let's take a look at some of the Skycam shots around the network today. Some high clouds overhead. That is a view coming from Russellville up in Franklin County. The sky there mostly cloudy. Tuscaloosa, the clouds are higher and thinner. Those are cirrus clouds, not rain-producing clouds. And from Inverness, very similar sky overlooking Shelby County. Those clouds up at about 20 to 25,000 feet. Still got a northwest flow aloft going on here, troughing over the east, ridging over the west, and occasional ripples ride down that flow, the northwest flow aloft, producing clouds and a few showers. That was a radar at 112 today. One lone storm back over Louisville, Mississippi, but we'll maintain a small chance of a shower this evening, but obviously rain's not going to be very widespread. Temperature is not too bad today, mostly upper 70s and low 80s over North Alabama. The warm spots are Tuscaloosa and Montgomery. They've got 87. Birmingham and Gadsden, 81 at mid-afternoon. Around the nation, still very cool around the Great Lakes. Our next surge of cooler air due in here about Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. Up on the watch warning map, frost and freeze advisories for parts of northern New England. And off to the west, flash flood watches for parts of Texas and New Mexico. Convective outlook for the rest of today and tonight. There's a 5% circle around the Mississippi Delta. One on the South Atlantic coast, one back in the western states, but organized severe weather not expected. Rain for the next 5 days around here, not very much. This is valid through Tuesday morning of next week, basically suggesting not enough to measure for most of the state. And off in the tropics, the Atlantic Basin, we have a wave that's come off the coast of Africa, very disorganized. And about the only other thing to talk about is Edouard, a minimal hurricane up in the Atlantic around 40 north that is moving right along 40 north. That'll be dropping south over the weekend and dissipating and becoming post-tropical down there below the Azores. Take a look at modeling. This is the GFS, the Global Forecast System, valid tomorrow afternoon, 1 o'clock Central Time at 500 millibars. Ridging west of the state, we still have that northwest flow aloft. And the feature to watch tomorrow, it's the wedge, cold air damming. You can see a surface high near Boston with colder air draining down the slopes of the Appalachians and low clouds and some drizzle or light rain over parts of Georgia and the Carolinas. And the big question is, can that wedge impact East Alabama? And quite frankly, I think it can. This is the high-res NAM tomorrow at 5, suggesting maybe a few little spots of light rain, primarily along and east of US 431. So if you live in places like Galesville, Heflin, Wedowee, Roanoke, maybe Ashland or Anniston, you might see clouds and a spot of light rain during the day with highs only in the 70s. For the rest of the state, the western two-thirds of the state, should be a partly sunny day with a high in the middle 80s. This is Saturday as the weekend begins. Should be a dry day. Lots of sun with highs in the mid-80s. We note a surface low developing east of Daytona Beach, Florida, and north of the Bahamas. On Sunday, that feature moves northeast, and we wonder if that might try and acquire some tropical characteristics in that warm Gulf Stream there. Sunday, it's east of Chesapeake Bay. Around here Sunday, the day should be dry, highs in the 80s, and a cold front north of the state, but you can see it's not very active. But that might bring a few widely scattered showers by Sunday night, and then Monday, the front basically inactive. It's below Montgomery. Seems like the main window for a shower here would be midnight Sunday night until noon Monday, and obviously it's not going to be a big rain event and probably a lot of places with no rain at all. And this is Tuesday of next week. Still got troughing over the northeast and ridging over the plain states, and down below that a drier air mass drops in. And this is not as cool as other runs we have seen. Wednesday of next week, we're still mostly dry. Moisture tries to creep up in West Alabama. And then this is Thursday, a week from today. Big trough coming into the Pacific coast. Down below that, the air looks dry and pleasant. All right, let's go out there to the 2nd of October. Hey. How about a hurricane coming up on the central Louisiana coast? Not too far from Lake Charles. Will this happen? Probably not. But again, you just get the idea that we might see a late season backyard, homegrown Gulf of Mexico tropical storm or hurricane before the season ends. That's what that is suggesting. This is the 4th of October. Heights are below average here, and down below that, A deep surface low is over New York with a trailing front and cooler air dropping in from the north. Temperatures for the next 15 days, you can see the numbers coming down next week, highs dropping back into the upper 70s and lows in the 50s. And again, those numbers about where they should be for late September. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes in the blog. Next video here by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. If you can catch us this evening on the live stream or the television side, ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great evening, and God bless.